Hello. I'm so close to the end of State of the School for 2025 that that I'm going to finish probably today. We've got a not a blizzard outside, but the biggest snowstorm of the year, and the coldest weather of the year is all converged on this week. So I have plenty of time. The animals are okay. I check on them 3 times a day at least. Feed them, the goats, the pigs, they're okay. So I've got time. All I want to say today, I want to talk just briefly about what did I read, my reading of the past year. And what shocked, I mean, not what I've studied. What I mean is the fiction that I've read. I make quite a distinction between the power of nonfiction and fiction. And so what fiction do I turn to for my pleasure, for reading? And what's shocking is that I've read the book Islandia by White, can't think of his first 2 initials, White's Islandia, I think 5 times now. It's about 1,000-page long book. I'm a very slow reader. and yet, I get the most satisfaction out of reading that book. I get to the end of it, and it's been so fun and so interesting and so detailed in every way that I just say, well, why don't I just go back and read it again? So I did that again and again. And I would happily read it again now if time were completely unlimited. But I did finally turn to another book, a book called Return of the Native by Thomas Hardy. And why I turned to it was simply because I'm a native of Roaring Spring, and I have returned to Roaring Spring, not as my primary residence, but as a site of my attention. I've talked about the Roaring Spring campus of Frank's school. So the native, in effect, has returned. And I thought, well, I wonder what Thomas Hardy did with that subject. I've praised Thomas Hardy a lot. This is an English novelist. What I like so much about him is because of his interest in country life, not city life. He was part of the romanticism of the time. And an all-time favorite story of mine is his book, Far from the Madding Crowd. Madding is a city somewhere in England, and it has a crowd, and well, of course, all cities do. And his story is simply set far away from the madding crowd. It has, I guess there's a pun on madding, going crazy, going mad. I guess there's some kind of a pun there, double meaning. But and that's probably what most people think is they're seeing, because they don't know about that city of Madding. Well, anyway, I was disappointed. I almost didn't get to the end. So I have to kind of rethink my attitude toward Thomas Hardy. I even thought about maybe I better take another look at Far from the Madding Crowd, because I've read that at least twice and seen the movie of it at least twice, the old one, the one that was done in the 60s. So that's been my principal reading of the year. Not very much. Well, yeah, because I read a little bit at night and go to sleep. My life is mostly not made up of that kind of fiction.